Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today with a little bit of a different video or a different deck. It's actually the same kind of video, but sticking to the budget deck profiles. This deck will not cost you a lot. The extra deck is fairly cheap. You basically don't need most cards in the extra deck as well, so if you want to keep it even cheaper, that's a thing. If you want to make it more expensive, there's always Pot of Extravagance, whatever, that you can play in this deck as well, since the extra deck isn't as important. But as you can already see, there's no monsters in this deck. It's only about trap monsters and so on. So what the objective of this deck is, it's basically a control deck mixed in with some OTK potential and so on. You outgrind your opponent a little bit, then maybe finish your game with some rank 4s in the end. Starting off, you have two massive draw engines. Pot of Desires can be quite a problem with certain cards, because there are some combo pieces in it with Pacifis, for example. You don't want to banish too much of your trap cards and so on. Plus, yeah, if you want to go for the super OTK with double or nothing, that can be quite the problem. That's why Pot of Extravagance can be a little bit better in a sense, but that's definitely cheaper, so I run this at the moment. Card of Demise, because it's a main trap card deck, plus you can activate some spells still afterwards, and you mainly don't really special summon during your turn, especially not turn 1, because you want to kind of start off this deck because it's kind of controlsy in a sense. So that's what you're going to do with this card. And if you draw it then to go in turn 3, then, well, just don't use it, I guess. Just don't use it. Just go for the OTK if you can. If you can't, then get more trap cards on board. Double Terraforming to search the Pacifis, because the Pacifis can help you quite a lot. One double or nothing, because you have quite the amount of level 4 monsters that you can easily special summon, so going into rank 4s isn't too hard. Pacifis to get a little bit of control, because you mainly all of your trap card monsters are normal monsters. There are 9 effect monsters in this deck, but you can just go around this, choose whatever kind of strategy you're going for, and yes, sometimes that can clash a little bit, but it's up to you as a player to then just see what I want to go for, what can I do, and so on. So that should work out most of the time. With that, you can search the good old Spiral Battle and the Spiral Power. You might want to play it at 3. I only decided to play it at 2 because I felt like that was enough, but if you want to play 3 of them, that sure works as well. You run one of the Paleozoic Oleonoides, wherever you're destroying one spell trap card, that's what it does. Banishing monsters for discard. The discard can be quite annoying, so I thought maybe playing the half your opponent's monsters attack, so you can do this sometimes, can be helpful for an OTK, so I might swap that in. I'm not running the draw engine because I'm only running 6 Paleozoics, so if I would run the draw engine, you a lot of the time do not have them in hand, especially when you play with Card of Demise then, and you set them and you have to discard them in the end turn and so on. So it's quite annoying from time to time. The flip and stuff face down can be quite neat to stop decks that heavily rely on the normal summon, for example, that rely on link summoning instantly and so on. There's so many decks I say on so many times. Got to stop that one. So this card is pretty neat, and they all trigger off trap cards, so they all special summon themselves onto the field as a Aqua normal monster, which can be quite good for stuff like Mr. Boy, with totally awesome. In general for Pacifis as well, because that triggers off of it, and it's counts as a normal monster, so that is not a problem with that as well. I run Tiki Curse. Basically, it's not the best, but it's kind of one of the better trap monsters that are still left. That are level 4. Plus, you can get the effect of sometimes you can destroy your opponent's monsters from time to time. It is okay-ish, you know what I mean? It's not too bad. But if another trap card that is a monster battles an opponent monster, works pretty well with the Paleozoics as well. So I felt like that was a good card to run. This card is amazing, a Statue of Anguish pattern. You can pop multiple cards during turn. This is not once per turn. This can trigger multiple cards if you open up with 2 of them, and another 1 or 2 trap card monsters. This is insane, because you can pop up to 3 or 4 cards. Then that is really strong, so you definitely want to see this card as often as possible in combination with your trap card monsters. Problem is, I think I don't know if this counts for the Paleozoics as well, the effect. Not sure if that's a thing, because no, it doesn't, because it has to be special summon from a spell trap card zone. So That doesn't work with that, but I think it still protects them. If I like, it still counts for its own protection. If you control Paleozoic, then this card cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effect, which is okay. Gives it some protection against Sky Strikers, for example, and so on. Like, oof, there was again. That is quite neat. That's just another level 4 monster with I want to say okay attack value, not really, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Same for Tiki Soul. Tiki Soul has an effect that even works on Paleozoics, which is quite neat, but it's situational. It's not coming up that much, because if another trap card you control that as a monster would be destroyed by opponent's card effect, either battle or by card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you can set it in the spell trap card zone instead. It's, yeah, you know, it's okay. It's not great. You could cut this card if you really wanted to, if you find a better level 4 card than this. I don't decide not to play the tuner monster, because you have to have it the whole turn, your whole opponent's turn, for it to make sense, and the synchros aren't that good. You could play one of them, but I didn't feel like that was that necessary. Swamp Mirror basically helps you get into stuff, for example, like Bahamut Shark or the Mistar Boy. Also level 4s, has quite some attack value with 1800, can be neatish if you want to finish the game, I guess. Quantum Cut does definitely not help you with this, but also can get the attribute, so this is fine in most cases. Not the best card, but it works out pretty okay. And one Solemn Warning, you can run any other Solemn card, but I felt like not wanting to sacrifice too much life points for this, because yeah, you're kind of grinding a little bit, and if your opponent finishes you before you can actually pull your combos and your victory off, then that would be quite sad. For the extra deck, obviously Utopia double combo, and also kind of rank 4s like Baguska, like Exiton Knight, and this kind of stuff. The Paleozoic cards, Mr. Boy, totally awesome, Tornado Dragon, all those kind of things. I even have one Pearl in here, but I think it's totally useless, because when I tried it, it didn't really work with the Pacifis thing. I thought it would, but seemingly it doesn't. Land for Linkus if you don't get anything in, but you still need the zones, and I think not all of your monsters can be water, because you have the embodiment, you have the Tiki cards, and so on. That can be quite the problem. But that's the deck for you guys. That was a quick rundown of my trap card deck. It actually works better than you think. You obviously want to go first with this, otherwise you'll probably be negated the whole time and not doing much. But this can come in quite clutch sometimes, and is stronger than you'd think, and a little bit gimmicky for people who like gimmicky decks that don't cost much. That's Yugioh. Hope you're having a good day. Like, subscribe for new budget decks. I'm gonna maybe make a series where I play a little bit of my decks sometimes, and yeah, all of those kind of things. Give it a like if you like the video. Give me suggestions in the comments. If you want to see a different deck, let me know. All those kind of things, and have a good day.